Last episode, we posted transactions into the bank and the cash sales accounts, 2 accounts, easy to keep track of. But a real business might have 50 accounts, a bigger one might have hundreds. How do you think they keep all of these organized instead of just ending up with a huge pile of T accounts? The answer is the chart of accounts. Simply the complete list of every account the business uses. Think of it as the index to the filing system. It tells us what files exist and where to find them. Every T account that we've ever been using is just one account from the chart of accounts. It's just one organized list with every account laid out in a logical order. And that order isn't random, it follows the same 5 buckets that we already know. Do you remember what they were? Assets, liabilities, equity, income, and expenses. There they are. The chart of accounts is simply these 5 buckets expanded into individual accounts. All the asset accounts are grouped together, all the liability accounts are grouped together, and so on. Accounting systems generally give each account a number, which helps to keep similar accounts together. Different accounting software use different numbering systems. Xero call these account codes. Here's a top view of Xero's standard chart of accounts. As if by magic, here they are. So bank accounts starting with zeros, income 200 up to 299, direct costs 300 up to 399, and so on. Expenses from 400, current assets 600, fixed 700. Let me just have a look. Direct costs and expenses, these are both expenses. Income is income. 2 lots of assets here, current and fixed. And 2 lots of liabilities, assets. I ran out of room, so here's the equity. Equity 960 plus up to 999. So if you see an account number beginning with 600, for example, you'll know that's current asset account. What about, say, income? We could have an account called 270. That could be interest income. Interest income, interest income. Or expenses, we could have 449, vehicle expenses. So you can have as many expenses in the 400 category as you want. Give it a different number, give it a name, and Xero will put it into expenses. Same with all of these. What about debtors? Debtors, which group do you think that belongs to? If someone owes you money, you have a legal right to be paid. It's an asset. In accounting, we'll usually call that account accounts receivable. So accounts receivable, it's a current asset. Let's have it as 610. Accounts, we'll call that accounts receivable. As a business grows, it can create new account codes whenever it needs them. As long as the new account fits into one of these 5 groups, and in Xero it sits within the appropriate numbering range, you can simply add it to the list. So that's the chart of accounts. Every account has its place in the chart of accounts. If you think back over the last few episodes, the journal is the diary, the ledger is the filing system, and the chart of accounts is the index that tells us what files exist and where to find them. But once we fill those accounts with transactions, with debits and credits, how do we know exactly how much is in each account? Well, in the next episode, we'll learn how to balance a T account. We'll see you then.